summer ahead of me because I've dropped out of college and I'm starting, hopefully, fingers crossed, I can start in the fall semester, to study social work, basically. And I have a free summer ahead of me where I wanted to take the opportunity and just meet some new people, experience things, just live my life as a 21-year-old woman, and just have that, because in the last couple of years I haven't lived freely. I was always very reserved and kept to myself a lot because I just didn't really felt like meeting people, dating, things like that. So I've been on the apps, I've used Bumble and Hinge. I don't like Hinge, I don't know, never really grasped the concept. Bumble is such way more intuitive because you just swipe, and then you match or you don't match. And I matched with him, and we've talked for a couple of days, and then we decided the vibe was well, and we wanted to meet up, and we did that. We went on a walk and had some dinner afterwards, and it was amazing. It was really, really good. We have a lot of similarities, and yesterday we went on another date, a week later from the first date. So, and we have been, we talked on the phone once and in between, but otherwise we're just texting, because we exchanged numbers. So yesterday we met again, and it was amazing. So we wanted to go for a walk first, and then we wanted to go see a movie, but the weather was really bad when he arrived. So last time I went to his city where he lived, and this time he went to my city. So it's a little bit more equal and even out. Because you have to take the train. Oh my god, I'm so sorry, that was my stomach. I don't know if you heard that, but it was a very loud rumbling. So yeah, you have to take the train. And it's a little bit more equal if both people take the train to meet up. So it was already raining, there was a thunderstorm, it was such a bad weather, and I was like, okay, we cannot go on a walk right now. That's just because the movie was playing on 2 times. So we just decided to go for the earlier time, and yeah, we went to the movie, we picked up the tickets, he paid for the popcorn, and in our cinema, my cinema, movie theater, whatever, you have the normal seats, and in the back you have those love couch seats, and we got one of those. We got the last one, and that was a little weird. I mean, it was cute that we got it, but it was so weird because in the seat it was a whole row with those loves. I think you know what I. But they were all connected. They were not separate. There was no space between them, between the individual seats. And we sat in one, and I sat on the right side. He was sitting on the left side, and on the chair next to me and the love sofa next to me was an older couple. we're slowly eating the popcorn. There's no hand holding involved, and then we're not gonna hold hands after the movie, so we have to cross that line, like while we're watching the movie, and we did, and it was amazing. So after that, after the movie, I went for a walk, holding hands, because we've crossed the line, and I just took his hand, and I was like, no, we're holding hands right now. I want that right now. drives in, and we're gonna, probably take a walk again. We love walking. It's so nice when you walk and talk. It feels more natural. You're more on the flow. And then we're gonna go to a bar and just maybe grab some dinner before, and then we're just gonna have some mocktails, not cocktails, mocktails, because we both do not drink alcohol. But he knows a bar where you can get very good alcohol-free drinks, which is nice. So we're just gonna grab that and then just talk, and then I'm gonna go back home. I don't know, like a friend of mine knows that I'm seeing him, but my parents don't know that I'm seeing him. He told his mom and his grandmother he's seeing someone. I thought that was very sweet. That was very cute, but I'm not gonna do that yet. I just want to make sure that I don't get my hopes up, and I don't get my family's hopes. Not that they have hopes or dreams or anything, but they're gonna be happy if I'm happy, and I just don't want to get anybody's hopes up if that's not really what's gonna happen. So yeah. But I thought it was very cute. He was like, I told my mom, I told my grandma, not who you are, but that I'm, meeting up with someone, and that it's a date, and that we're vibing really well, and I thought it was very sweet. So, yeah. Okay, that was everything I had to tell you about that live update. We will see what is going to happen. The thing is, right now I'm feeling very comfortable with him, and I feel very hopeful that it, at least, it's hopefully going on for a couple more months, and that we might end up being something, committed and official. That could be nice, but things can change so quickly, and that's okay. There could be something coming up from my side or his side that is not okay, and then we're separated